we are headed to Miami for the Matt Buchanan Conference, where I am speaking. I'm also on a panel. The cool thing is, I will be sharing the stage with the one and only Floyd Mayweather. I am pumped. Welcome to this week's vlog. All right, guys, we made it down to Miami. A lot of traffic. Took a little longer than normal. I'm pumped about this conference. There's some big names here, including Floyd Mayweather. So I'm excited to meet some people, learn, and teach some people.
How to develop yourself so you can be somebody like Dan, and you can be somebody like all these other people out there.
I do a quote of the day. My quote of the day for my team is always the same. What problem can we solve today to add value to our current and future clients?
Dan, let me ask you a question. Like, you have the agents you're all working with right now on your team?
We've got about 80.
Tell me what's the most fulfilling part about what you do.
Yeah, I think initially it was helping people buy and sell homes, but then it quickly transformed into building this team where an agent who maybe makes 50 to 100K in DC, which is poor in the DC area, where they make the jump from 100 to 200 or 250. That really changes their lives.
Accident. I came from a family that really put academics and colleges and recognition on a pedestal, because not because they were bad. That's just what worked 30, 40 years ago, right? And there's a ton of people up here today that show that that's not the case anymore. So, I went that route, Naval Academy, graduate school, MBA at Georgetown, and I thought I'd go get a big job for McKinsey, Boston Consulting Group, one of these top dog consulting companies, and every one of them rejected me. And that was probably one of the first times in my life where I had like a crushing defeat like that. I was used to getting my way in some shape or form, and I asked them, why didn't I get this job? What's going on? And one of the guys said, well, we think operationally, technically you're okay, but we don't think you have the ability to sell. And consulting involves selling. So if you want to apply again, go out and get experience in consulting or in selling, something different, and then apply back a year later. So at the time I had a government contracting job, which was okay in DC, and went out, got my real estate license, and just did it as a side hustle. And a year later I sold $22.5 million, I think over $500,000 in gross commissions, and I never applied for that job, and I didn't go back. So. And I became quickly one of the top agents in that market. The only one who was ahead of me, I think year 3, was Carrie Scholl. And being a smart person, I decided to marry her. So, eliminate the competition. So
while you were having a full-time job, you on your side hustle, as you said, you became one of the top agents in this area.
Yeah, I started. It started out as a side hustle. About 4 or 5 months into it, I quit the full-time job.
You guys understand the power of what you're talking about. Some of you guys have got a dream to be an entrepreneur or a CEO, and you work in a 9 to 5. Like Abraham Anthony Buck says, you work from 5 to 9 until you work yourself out of your 9 to 5. That's exactly what Dan's talking about right there.
So we went on to build our own independent brokerage, and now we've got about 80 agents, over 100 people total. We'll sell close to 1,200 homes this year, and we have an amazing team up there. COVID has been great for us. Like we've doubled our business since COVID, and we've expanded our development business. So we've got about 100 investors now, and we do boutique condo conversions in DC. I think almost 200 units, and the amazing thing, the opportunity that COVID gave us is prior to COVID, we owned an Airbnb rental home down here in Deerfield Beach, so about an hour from here. And when COVID first hit, we happened to be down there for a week, and we just stayed for like 3 months. Because DC was locked down, we were doing virtual meetings, and so now we're able to run that business, those 3 companies up there, from the great state of Florida.
Let me ask you a question real quick. You said this, somebody, I think Brandon mentioned earlier, Brandon Dawson did when you talked about COVID. When COVID hit and you saw what was coming, you kind of forecasted, what did you do? What was the thing that caused your business to double what other people retreated?
Well, about 2 years prior, one of the things that really helped us was 2 years prior, we started a coaching business for real estate agents. We've done events for three years now, I think, running. And most of that coaching business was online. So that business doesn't come close to the profits that we make in the other two, but it challenges us, it grows us, gains us exposure, and helps in other ways that are hard to quantify. But I think the way it really helped us that we didn't know at the time was we were already prepared for online meetings. And as soon as the lockdowns happened, we made a couple of YouTube videos to teach our agents how to do a sales meeting on Zoom. And Carrie, my wife, was a little resistant because she knows in-person meetings convert at a much higher rate. She was a little nervous about it, but we switched all of our buyer-seller meetings to Zoom, and a lot of DC agents just shut down and weren't doing sales meetings anymore. I think the week prior to the lockdowns, we had 70 appointments with new buyers and sellers. The week after, we had 65. So it was barely a blip. And then now we were able to go out and hire more inside sales agents because all these waiters, waitresses, really good, hardworking people were out of jobs. So it was an opportunity.
I love what he says right here, because you hear Grant say this all the time. Grant Cardone says all the time, it's not necessarily the best product, but it's the one that gets the most recognition or gets there first, which is exactly what they did. He saw an opportunity, and again, we've all heard this said a lot. Money exchanges hands when what? Problems are solved. And this is exactly, not only do you solve problems, listen to this, not only do you solve problems for people who are looking to buy houses, but he solved problems, he just said it, he solved problems for waitresses and bartenders and people who were hard-working people who no longer had work, and now he's got a position for them.
What an amazing event. We're almost back now, but incredible day. Matt Buchanan threw his first big event, and he went all in. I mean, for your first event, to bring people like Brendan Dawson, Bobby Castro, and Floyd Mayweather. Amazing. I loved how all the different speakers tapped into mindset, and then you had some great strategic business perspective and advice from Brandon Dawson, a guy who's sold companies for over $100 million. I had a blast meeting people, getting up on stage right before Floyd took the stage, answering questions about real estate, becoming an agent, things to do for investors, when to invest in your business, when to take chips off the table and invest in other businesses. It was awesome to meet great people, connect with great people, and help people that came there ready to learn. And one of the things I can't say enough is that if you're gonna do something, do it big. That's what Matt Buchanan did. What an honor to take the stage right before Floyd Mayweather. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time.